डेटा है ना, उसी की वजह से एरर आ रहा है।
अच्छा,
हाँ।
टारगेट मशीन हमारी इंटरनल व्यू से वल्नरेबल है, ठीक है।
हाँ
एक
सर,
बार,
ये वो ऑप्शंस जो मैंने फिल किए थे,
हाँ,
ये तो बिल्कुल सही आ रहे हैं।
एक बार आई एफ कॉन्फ़िग करके अपना आईपी एड्रेस
हाँ,
दिखाना।
ये रहा सर, आई एफ कॉन्फ़िग।
10.10.16.133।
हाँ, और मैंने भी वही डाला है, 10 10 16 133। और ये तो है ही, बट उसके बाद भी सब कुछ सही जा रहा है सर, बिल्कुल जैसा आपका जा रहा है ना वैसे।
हाँ,
बट ये सेशन नहीं क्रिएट कर पा रहा इवन कि वो लाइक मतलब एक्सप्लॉइट उसने वहाँ भेज दिया, वहाँ रखा हुआ है, बट वहाँ से कोई रिसीविंग नहीं आ रही है।
पिंग पिंग करना है भाई इस मशीन को। मशीन डिप्लॉयड है।
हाँ सर, डिप्लॉयड है, मैंने डिप्लॉयड कर दी थी।
एक बार पिंग करो। ठीक है,
हम्म।
वापस जाओ अपने मेटास्प्लॉइट फ्रेमवर्क पे।
मेटास्प्लॉइट फ्रेमवर्क, एक सेकंड।
इसको बंद कर दो, हाँ।
हाँ, मेटास्प्लॉइट फ्रेमवर्क ये रहा।
यहाँ पे करो सर्च।
हाँ, एक सेकंड सर, मेरे को बैक जाना पड़ेगा ना पूरा फिर।
नहीं, यहाँ से भी हो जाएगा सर्च।
ठीक है, सर्च।
MS 17 010
17।
हाइफन
हाँ, 010।
एंटर। अभी
ये
आपने सेकंड।
मैंने, हाँ ये वाला लिया था सर, जो आपने किया था ना इटर्नल ब्लू, मैंने यही लिया था।
एक मिनट, इसमें एक बार फिफ्थ वाला ट्राई करना।
फिफ्थ वाला।
हाँ, फिफ्थ वाला।
सही है, देखो रहा।
अच्छा, एक बारी फोर्थ एक्सप्लॉइट यूज करना।
फोर्थ, ठीक है। अब शायद हो रहा है, मे बी। अब जाकर हुआ है।
ठीक है।
हाँ, क्या लिखना था सर एक बार, वो क्या था, यू नेम ना? कौन सा
ये मेटाप्रेटर है। यहाँ पे आपकी कमांड चलेंगी, गेट UID,
हाँ, good। ठीक है
NPS
सर, हो गया,
सिस्टम।
हाँ।
ओके,
अब तो मैं निकाल ही लूँगा यहाँ से।
चलो करूँ स्क्रीन शेयर में फिर।
हाँ सर, मैं स्टॉप कर देता हूँ।
ओके, So guys, I have shared my screen. I hope it is visible to everyone.
यस सर, पार्टिसिपेंट्स और चैट वाला चैट बॉक्स हटा सकते हो सर?
अभी हटा दूंगा, अभी कुछ जब दिखाऊंगा स्क्रीन पे तो हटा
हाँ ठीक है।
दूँ। ओके। अच्छा, इसके अलावा लास्ट सेशन से किसी को कोई डाउट है, कोई क्वेरी है तो पूछ सकते हो मुझसे। दिस इज द टाइम, दिस इज द मोमेंट।
नहीं सर,
व्हाट अबाउट अदर्स? जस्टिन, विशाख, लक्ष्य?
Yes, sir. No, no, sir. No, sir. No doubt.
सो आप लोगों ने इटर्नल ब्लू ट्राई कर लिया। चलो,
Yes.
मैंने फिर आपको लास्ट में कहा था कि देयर इज अनदर मशीन, लेगेसी।
Yes, sir.
लेगेसी करी किसी ने?
Thank you.
अभी नहीं किया?
Hello.
या
Yes, sir. I did.
हु डिड?
Hello.
या जस्टिन, you are saying that you did the machine.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes. I guess.
Okay, so you were able to solve the legacy as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Find the flags. Two flags.
root and user flag.
Yes.
Okay, great. So let me just walk through with the legacy as well. Let me just quickly walk through it.
सर वो कल परचेज वाला हो गया था।
हो गया था?
हाँ सर, हो गया था।
ओके,
सर इन्होंने लिख रखा है कि डेबिट कार्ड एक्सेप्ट करते हैं ये लोग, बट एक्चुअल में इनकी वेबसाइट कॉन्फ़िगर नहीं है डेबिट कार्ड एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए।
I do not accept it. So I have logged in into my machine. Let me set up my VPN as well. Open my terminal. Let's open a new tab here. Let's just confirm it. I have it. Let's deploy my machine. Let's do a reset as well. Okay. So the target IP address is 10.10.10.4. Let's do clear screen here. So the machine is yet to be reset. Let's ping it again. Okay. So let me create a directory over here, legacy. But I believe I do not need to create a directory, specialized directory for this purpose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run a very basic nmap scan against my target IP address. Press enter. Let's run a nmap full port scan. Okay, so here I can see port number 139 and 445 are open, and here 139 is not showing. Let's scan it again. Meanwhile, what I can do is I can do nmap -p 139.445 scv capital O target IP address output all formats in the temp directory and to legacy.
सर ये
Yes.
-scv मतलब स्क्रिप्ट प्लस वर्जन हुआ ना,
Yeah, run default scripts
एंड वर्जन.
version detection scan
हाँ ठीक.
-o OS detection
OS
small o capital A output
output.
all formats. This is my output file name, so I'm giving it a path that saves this output in the temp directory. That's what I'm doing here. Yeah, 139 is open, 445 is open. Okay. So these two machines are essentially for walk you through guys with the vulnerability scanning functionality of Nmap. Okay, that how you can do a vulnerability scan using Nmap and how you can proceed further with that. So let's wait for this script to finish. Meanwhile, what I can do is I can do -p 139.445 output all format hyphen script followed by the category. Let's do sudo over here. Okay, so version detection scan is completed and it is giving me a hint that the target system is very old and it is somewhere near to Windows XP or Windows Server 2008 or Windows Server 2003. Okay. In port number 445 also it is telling me that it's a Windows XP machine. By this itself, I should be able to tell that, okay, it's a Windows XP machine. It is going to be vulnerable to MS 08067. But let's say we do not know this fact. So we are going to run a vulnerability scan that we have ran here. Let's come back here. Anything else is being disclosed here. Legacy is the name of the machine. It's a Windows XP machine. Okay. Let's get back here. And here I performed this vulnerability scan. And here it is saying that my target is vulnerable to MS08067. Okay, it's a famous vulnerability, also known as Net API. So let's quickly go to my Metasploit framework. Let's do. Let's do search MS08067, and I have found one exploit. Let's use this one. Show options, set R hosts 10 10 10 4, set L host, that is going to be 10 10 14 11. Somebody just left the meeting. I use Justin Lakshya Visak. Okay. Show options. Okay, let's click on run. And here you can see that Meterpreter session 1 was opened, successfully exploited the machine, and I can just do get UID here, and I can see that I'm NT authority system. Okay, so actually these two machines are just for the introductory purposes. Okay, where this automated exploitation is majorly focused upon. And one more thing that you can understand from this point is why we need to update to the latest Windows. Okay, the older version of Windows are vulnerable to these kind of RCs. Okay, and these services, port number 139 and port number 445, these are your SMB services, which are by default open in every Windows machine. Okay, you do not need to manually enable these services. These services are going to be available every time you open a Windows machine. Okay, so I can just do cd/root. Okay, let's go to shell. Let's do cd dir cd john. And here we can see user.txt is available. And similarly, I can just go to the administrator directory. Here it is. And here we can see the root.txt. Grab these user.txt and root.txt and paste it in your flags at the box platform, and you have solved another machine. Okay, so let's just stop this one. Any doubt so far? Guys?
No, sir.
Right, so this was pretty easy peasy stuff. Okay, I just trying to look into the Metasploit framework. Okay, so let's do one more machine, that is Devil. Okay, let's search here. Here we can see Devil. Let me just stop this machine first. And let's play this one. Okay, so it's still refreshing. Let's wait. Just trying to do basic connectivity tests using ping, and I'm able to ping the target machine. Okay, so let's create a directory over here named devil. Okay, maybe I have already have this directory here. Yes, let's do a very basic nmap scan first of all. And meanwhile the scan is running, let's do a full port scan. Okay, so the full port scan is still going on, but meanwhile, what is being revealed here? Tell me.
8021.
That port number 80 and 21 are open on the target machine,
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
So I can try to perform a version detection scan on these ports.
Yes, sir. You can.
Okay. Let's perform a version detection scan over here. That is nmap space -p 80. Okay, so the basic port scan is also telling me that okay, port number 21 and 80 are open. The full port scan is running here. Let it run. The version detection scan are running here. Okay. Let's just wait for the version detection scan, and after that we'll start enumerating. Okay. So we do have it here. It says, let me just start marking it. It says anonymous FTP login allowed. Okay. And it is providing me with some directory listing here as well. We are going to look into this thing, what this is all about, what is FTP anonymous login. Other than this, on port number 80, I can see that Microsoft IIS 7.5 is running. Okay. So, okay. I can try to guess the target operating system. So from here I can see that okay, target would be either Windows 7 or Windows Server 2008 R2. Okay, because these are those servers or Windows which have IIS 7.5 version. Okay, this thing is understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's try to open the target URL in the browser as well. So here an image is being loaded, and by this image I can tell that okay, this is your default IIS homepage. Okay. Okay. I can try to view the page source. Let's do page source view. And in the page source, okay, I have found welcome.png. Okay. So one thing that is being discovered here is that this home page is having this file welcome.png, which is being loaded here. Okay. I can run a directory brute forcing attack against this URL, right?
Yes, sir.
I hope everyone knows what is directory brute forcing. Okay. Let me run a directory brute force. Let this thing run behind the scenes, and meanwhile we can try to enumerate the FTP port number. So let's open a new tab. And it is saying me what is the name. What is your name? I just provide something random over here. password. Let's do exit here. So I'm not able to access.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, you used GoBuster for the scan. Can we use Nikto also to solve the directories
Directly go.
on the port number 80?
Necto is a vulnerability scanner, you can say, and it provides directly brute forcing as well, but it is a small functionality of Necto. It is Necto's main functionality is not doing directory brute forcing. Okay. For directory brute forcing, if you want to know some alternatives are going to be like either using Dub or Durbuster
Yes.
or GoBuster or Dir
Hmm.
Search. These are going to be the alternatives.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So let's just type admin service not available. Let's try with the anonymous FTP login. So whenever anonymous FTP login is enabled, the end user is allowed to log in using the anonymous as a username. Okay. So here you can see that I provide anonymous. I typed anything random here. It says anonymous access allowed, and I was logged in. Right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
So let's just do a PWD ls. And when I did my ls over here, what I can see is I can see this welcome.png. So do you remember that this welcome.png was
Yes, in the
here as well?
80 port.
So can you guys derive any inference from this point?
Maybe there's something behind the picture because it is on
Yes.
both the boards. Just connected to two ports. Maybe there is something else in the picture.
I
Okay,
think the site is hosted in FTP.
right. So the point here is that the parent or home directory for web server and the FTP servers are same. Okay,
Okay.
I can access all of these files. I can try to access this as well, just to confirm. I can just paste it over here, and this is the home page. Okay, so this website is also available here. So I mean these files are also available here and in the FTP. So basically this is the place. I just did a PWD. This directory is the root directory for the web server as well. Okay, let's try to upload something to this FTP directory. Let's do touch temp.txt, or let's just do echo and write something into this file. Service not available. Let's again connect to the server. Okay, so now you can see that the command is successful. Let's do an ls. So here what I did was I basically created a small file name of with the name of temp.txt, and the contents of the file was testing. Okay, and I uploaded this file to the using FTP into the same home directory. Now I would like to confirm this thing with the presence of this file in the web server as well. So let's see. And here we can see that my text file is being loaded here. Okay, right guys?
Okay, okay.
So what I was trying to confirm here is I was trying to confirm that if I'm able to upload something to the FTP or not, and then if I'm able to access this FTP through this web server or not. That's what
Yes.
I was trying to check, and I have successfully checked. So what next?
We can upload some malicious code, and
Sir, there is a folder on FTP port, I guess.
I think we can
We
upload
can.
payloads, Windows payloads.
Uh, there, sir, it is
Which
written
folder are you
dir
talking
and
about?
there is a name something I can't see. S ASP.NET client. There is a directory. Can you visit this directory to see what is
That's
what's
fine.
inside
That's
it?
fine. That things we get in the directory brute force.
Maybe there must be a root flag something, I guess, inside.
It may be not. So we can only find it out by exploring this stuff.
Yes.
So there's nothing inside here, just directory inside directory, and then nothing here. Okay.
Okay.
So now what I can do is I can try to put my reverse shell through FTP and get it executed on the server. Can I do that?
Yes, you can, sir, using
Yes, yes.
Metasploit table. Metasploit.
Payload.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay, that is right. Now, what kind of reverse shell should I be using here?
Sir,
That's another
Windows
question.
Meterpreter. Windows Meterpreter reverse TCP.
Okay, that is the payload type. What kind of format? Like I should be using Python or Ruby or Perl. What kind of format
Uh,
should I use?
Sir, it depends on it depends on the language of the website, or I guess you can upload any kind of programming language
I think
payload. Maybe
ASP.NET client, so we use
we can
ASP.
use ASP. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so we are going to use ASPX. Why?
Yes,
Because IIS
that's
supports the
yes.
server side languages for IIS for Windows based server is ASPX and JSPX. Okay.
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 So that's why instead of going for any other language, we are simply going to opt for this kind of language.
Okay.
So let's open my MSF Venom and create a payload over here. So let's do MSF Venom -LP. Oops. Grep Windows. Okay, let's search for Metapreter here. So here we do have a MetaPetra based payload here, but what is the condition here? It is a 64-bit payload. Right?
Right.
Right, sir.
So now is it advisable to use a 64-bit payload or not?
Yeah, I guess, sir, we can use a 64-bit payload.
Can try.
But it is not advisable. Why? Why is it not advisable to use a 64-bit payload?
Don't know.
Because it's Windows XP. Right.
Okay, so
Windows.
basically, as of now, we do not know the target architecture.
Hmm.
It is going to be 32-bit or 64-bit. Okay, so that's why it is not advisable to use 64-bit payload as of now. It is only and only advisable to use 32-bit payload, because 32-bit payload is going to work in 32 as well as 64-bit. But 64-bit payload is not going to work under the 32-bit machine.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just see.
Sir, I have a doubt again. What if we entered the FTP, but it's restricting our IP address to upload something on a website? Then what will we do?
So then this is not going to be the way of approaching this machine. Something else we will do.
Okay.
Where is it?
X.
Here it is. Let's select this. Let's create a MSF Venom.
-P.
-P for payload. Paste your payload here, followed by lhost and lport. I believe this is 10, 10, 14, 11. And this is, I can do this. And sorry.
Yes, right. Format.
-F
F for format.
-F for format. I need to provide some format as well. So I'm going to use ASPX output. Let's say save the output in shell.aspx. Let's press enter.
Then, sir, what is the format when we put our raw format?
So that depends upon from payload to payload. Okay, let me just show you. Let's do MSF Venom -LP.
Sir, raw format is according to like a random format or something like in a particular programming language.
It is going to be in particular programming language depending upon your payload. It is not random.
Okay, okay, got it.
You are using a PHP based payload. It is going to be PHP in the raw format. Okay. If you are using something else, like here you will see Ruby payload, Python payload.
Okay.
Okay. By default, in this type of Windows based payload, it is going to give you exe.
Yeah. Exe format.
Okay, so we do have a shell.aspx here. Let's do an ls over here. I have a shell.aspx. Let me just remove the temp.txt. Let's remove the hi.txt. Okay, so I have my shell over here, shell.aspx. Let's upload this shell, and before doing that, let me start a listener over here. Use exploit multi handler, show options, set payload. I need to mention the same payload which I have used in my MSF Venom. I mentioned the same payload over here. Let's just type show options again. And now I need to modify the L host over here. Let's do set L host. Okay, and let's click on run. Oops, I forgot to change the L port as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
L port, what I have mentioned here is
9632.
932. So set L port 9632. Show options, and everything is set. Let's click on run. It has started a reverse TCP handler. So basically it's a handler, shell handler, and it is listening for incoming connection. It is waiting for an incoming connection. Okay, and let's now upload this file. Let's do FTP.
Okay. Fine.
Let's do put shell.aspx ls. I have successfully uploaded this file. Okay, so now how will I be getting a shell? Tell me.
By the browser.
Sorry.
Uh, by browser. Open by browser.
Right. Via browser, right? So let's go to my browser and let's type shell. And before that, let's do one thing. Okay. So you need to focus here and as well as in the URL. As soon as I'm going to press enter, I'll get a shell back on the left hand side. So let's do shell.aspx. And here I got a callback. Okay. And it says uh, session 1 opened. Okay. So the session 1 has been opened now. Let's just do get UID. So, but now I'm not NT authority system here. I'm not administrator here. Okay. I'm a casual user here. That is IS uh, Apur web. Okay. Let me see if I can read the user flag with these permissions or not. let's go. Let's do pwd. Let's do cd space dot slash or dot slash unless cd users cd Babis is a user over here. Access is denied. Okay. Guys, I would like to request you all to mute your mics when you are not speaking. Okay. And sneezing in mic is totally not acceptable. So, okay. Where was I? Where am I? Let's do ls, yeah. ls cd Babis. I cannot move into this directory. Okay. Let's go to administrator directory. Administrator. I'm not allowed to do it. Go to administrator as well. Let's do cd all users. Okay, I'm inside it. CD desktop. Not allowed to. Access denied. Okay, let's go back. Okay, not an issue. So now what we are going to look into is how we can perform. Yeah, any doubt, Justin?
Maybe we can use by shell. Is it possible?
We can do this
Yeah.
thing by shell. Okay, we can just try it this way as well. cd Babis and access is denied here as well. Okay, let's just do exit here. Okay, so now what we need to look here is we need to understand how we can perform privilege escalation using the automated method, that is using the Metasploit framework. How we can perform privilege escalation using Metasploit framework. That is the main motive here. So let's see. Let's just background this shell. I'm doing Control plus Z, background session. Yes. Let's use sessions -L to list the sessions. I have one session active. Let me just do search, suggest. So we have a post exploitation module here, that is exploit suggester, local exploit suggester. So yeah, any doubt?
Suggester is post explosion. Okay, understand. No problem.
Let's do
Okay.
yeah. Use this module. Let's do show options here. Let's do set session 1. I need to mention the session on which I want to run it. My session number, session ID is here. That is 1. Let's press enter. Let's run. It says collecting local exploits for x86 Windows. Okay. So what this is going to do is this is going to perform some automated scans. Okay, and it is going to come up with certain suggestions like this system can be vulnerable to this exploit or this exploit. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the scan is finished. Let's take a look to the into the output. What do we have here? We have certain suggestions of these exploits. Okay, what I can see here is it is vulnerable to MS 10.015.092. Target appears to be vulnerable. The service is running but could not be validated. So I can just try to use this exploit by myself. Okay, so let's just select this one. Let's do use. Show options, set sessions, set lhost 10 10 14 11. Let's click on run. So it says exploit doing something, but no session was created. Okay, so this is going to be a trial and error method. You just need to try with all of these suggested exploits. Okay, I already know which of them is going to work, which one of them is going to work, but still, let's say if I do not know it. So what we are going to do is we are going to go through this step repeatedly using each and every exploit which is mentioned here. So let's just do interrupted, timeout, exploit failed. It says user interrupt. I did not interrupted it. Let me try to run it again. Interrupted. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try to use this one. Okay, it says Metapreter session 1 closed, reason died. Okay, sessions -l. So let's get a session again. Use exploit multi-handler set payload. We have got a new session over here. Let's just background this session and use another exploit. Everything seems to have worked. Cross your fingers and wait for a system shell. And we do have a system shell over here. After two failed attempts, 2 or 3 failed attempts, finally we have. And we use this exploit MS13053. Okay. I have not tried whatever is mentioned after this one. Okay. For your as a homework or practice purposes, you guys can give these exploits a try. You can see if any one of them is working or not. Okay. But let's see what are the privileges we have here. Get UID, and I am NT authority system over here. Okay, good enough. So I can move without restrictions now. PWD CD. Let's do CD users. CD Babis ls. Let's go to desktop, and we do have a user.txt.txt over here, and I can read the flag here. Okay, can get the flag from here, paste it in the hack the box GUI. Okay. Let's check out the root flag as well. CD administrator ls. Let's go to desktop, and I can get the root text as well, and simply copy the text file from here, copy this text from here and paste it over here. Okay, any doubt so far? We have successfully rooted this machine.
So when we paste the flag, there is another option in the bottom. What is that?
The difficulty option.
No. When I copy paste on the flag,
Yeah.
there is a second. Yeah. What is the numbers?
This is your difficulty level. Like when you were trying to solve this machine, in your
Okay.
opinion, what is the difficulty level of this machine? How hard was it for you?
Okay. So first one is simple, and the 10 one is very hard, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So here what we looked into is we looked into the automated exploitation of this machine known as Devil. We are having something in the chat. Okay.
One doubt. The suggester for the post exploitation. Is it usable for all machines or only Windows? Hello.
It is available for Linux as well. That's not an issue. Okay. But it is, hello.
Yes.
Justin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I believe
Hello.
maybe there is some network issues. So most of the
Yes,
times,
yes.
yeah, most of the times it is only going to work with the older versions of operating systems, those systems which are missing certain updates and patches. Okay, if I just do shell over here, and if I just type system info, so what I can see here is I can see that there are no hotfixes over here. These hotfixes
Okay.
are basically the updates and patches. Okay, because there are no patches, that's why it suggested me that okay, this system must be vulnerable to some kind of a old kernel exploit or old privilege escalation exploit, which can be easily done using Metasploit. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I can do the same thing with the manual method as well. Okay, so we are going to look into the manual exploitation as well. Okay, let me just do exit here, but not for this machine. For this machine, I would suggest you guys to try doing this machine manually, like without using MSF Venom. Do not use MSF Venom here. Okay, or if you are using MSF Venom, do not use Meterpreter here. Use the payload, that is Windows shell underscore reverse underscore TCP. Okay, that is the payload that you guys can use, and output it with the format of ASPX, and then cache that shell using the netcat nc-nvlp, whatever is the port number there. Okay, and then try to escalate your privileges. Just type in system info command, and you will see once you type system info, no hot fixes. The target is uh, Windows 7 Enterprise. That's one thing of importance here, and it's a 32-bit system. That's another thing here. Okay. Okay. So what I can do is I can manually try to search for exploits for this machine. I can just do Windows 7 Enterprise. Let's copy it. Windows 7 Enterprise 6.1.7600 exploit, and I can just type privilege escalation here as well. Let's try to go through these exploits. So it's a local privilege escalation exploit, MS11046. Let's see if it was suggested here or not. MS11046 was not suggested here. Not an issue. So you can try to download this exploit and manually try to do this thing. It's a bit tedious process, but definitely worth a try. I can try this one as well. These are two different exploits. One is 47176 and another one 40564. Do we have a CV number? Yes, CV number is 2019 1132 2011. So there are chances that this exploit is going to work. Okay, can give it a try. That's one way out. But again, see, so see, again, this is going to be a trial and error method. Okay, for the manual exploitation as well, just like we did it in the exploit suggester Metasploit. We tried to run some exploit and we failed. Okay, and sometimes you are also going to lose your shell as well. Okay, sometimes that can also happen. So yeah, so that's all. Windows robots, pentest notes. Let me see. Yeah, so these are like certain point of references that I'm going to share with you. Let me just share here. This is one, and another one is, what was the name? It's skipping out of my mind. What was the name? OCP secureable. Yeah, so this thing is also going to act as a point of reference. Okay. Yeah. So, guys, any doubt, anything that is not clear? Okay. So yeah, that was all. That was just a brief overview of Metasploit exploitation. Okay. In the next session, we are going to look into Linux machine. Okay. And we are not going to use Metasploit. We are going to see how we can do most of this stuff without Metasploit. Okay. So yeah, that would be all. That would be all from my side. Have a great day ahead. Take care, and we'll meet tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you, sir.
you're most welcome. Bye bye.